Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode here on the farm. Today we are going to be working with the kitchen that we built in the last episode with cooking for blockheads. The goal in this video is to create a way of stocking our cabinets with a specific amount of the items that we get from our greenhouse. I spent probably several hours today trying to figure this solution out, and we're going to play with a couple different options, and I'll explain why they don't work. And then of course I will show you the one that does. Stick around, grab some popcorn, and enjoy the show. Alright, so here's the big hole that has represented my house for the last several hours, and we are going to take a look at I'm just going to set some of this stuff down. Just dump it all in here. We'll get into what some of these things are here in a minute. You're definitely seeing some items that you're not familiar with in there. That's okay. Don't worry about it. I'll get around to it. Let's go with our trusty XNet. So let's grab a power cell. Let's grab a controller. And let's grab some connectors. Okay, I made several different connectors of different color variations. Those are different channels. I could make one now and kind of show you how that works if you'd like. Alright, let's grab the chest here, and we'll just stick this chest over here for now. We'll put this connector on here and this connector over here. Now, if I ran cables of these next to each other, like this one would be here, and I'd have to make red cables, I think. So let's go to XNet. I'd have to make red cables. Those are basically, and I could just run two parallel systems that would never connect to each other. That's what the other connectors are for. But in today's video, we're just going to deal with wait, I thought I put a connector there. Alright, we're just going to deal with why XNet does not do what we want it to do. Okay, let's say that we have a bunch of items over here. We'll just take these, right? And we're going to tell the system, let's just delete all of this because we're not going to use energy. We have, let's name this out, and we'll name this in. That way we don't get confused as to what is what. Alright, we're going to create a simple item storage transfer system, right? So this is the out, and we're going to say, for this one, just export everything. And for this one, we're going to say import. And we're going to say keep 10 of these two items here. Okay? Let's turn the channel on and see what happens. Okay, so it's going to put in 10 of the cucumber, but not the barley. Why not? Well, let's take a look at what this says. Maximum amount in destination inventory. So that means that there's 10 items that are allowed to go into this inventory. And the first thing on the list is a cucumber. Well, it can put 10 cucumbers in there, and that satisfies what we've told it to do. So we go back up to the export, and people that know more about XNet are like, but there's another option in the export you can use that you've never used before. You're right. We could say go to order, right? So this is round robin. I'll take this out. Put this back in here. Okay. And we could do first on the list. We could do random, or we could do round robin. All right. So now what it's going to do is it's going to put each of those two items in there at an even rate, but guess what? It stops at 10 because we told it to put 10 in there. We're like, well, that's an easy solution. Just bump the number up to 20. Not 2,000, just 20. Alright, so now what we do is we'll watch this, and it will put exactly 10 of each item in there like we want it to. The problem comes when we start using these, right? I'll take this out. And now we've got 12 barley and 8 cucumber. We'll say that I keep using cucumber, until we're down to, you know, we just keep using cucumber because that's what we like to use in our recipes. Eventually, we're going to get to the point where it uses, or we could go the other direction. Let's say that we put in 20, let's see, I don't know. We'll do that. We'll just keep using barley. Oh, we don't have enough probably. There we go. We'll put more in there. Just keep taking it out. Keep taking out the barley, putting it back in here. And I think eventually what's going to happen is we'll only have one barley. Well, what happens if our recipe calls for two? So you see the problem with XNet. XNet's not going to be our solution for this. Okay. So you're like, well, there are other mods that do item transfer. Maybe you can use them. Yes. That's what I thought. So let's grab the transfer nodes that we set up. Not the energy. Item transfer node. And from extra utilities, we use this all the time, the fluid one for moving fluids in our smelter in the other room. They even have these translocation filters. They've got, let's see, let's just type in item here. They've got retrieval nodes, and we've got filters, right, that we can use. So I've set up filters on these already. So let's put our cabling down, right? And we want to use a transfer node. Let's actually kill that for now. And put the transfer node on here like this, and we'll put a filter in it. And that filter's set for these specific items. Okay, well what it's going to do is it's going to move all of those items, and then it's going to stop, right? There's no way of telling this filter to have a certain number in here. It's just items. Well, that's a problem. Well, maybe we can put an item filter pipe on here, and the filter pipe can transfer single stacks, right? Well, if you put it in the output mode like this, it'll transfer up to a single stack of stuff, but it keeps going. It will go past our limit. So if I got more than 2 stacks of these things in here, it would actually push them all in there. The other option would be to use the retrieval node system and tell the system to only put in, so if I had retrieval here and put some nodes here like this, stick my transfer node on the side and say I want, actually if I did a single item of these and I told it to pull out those items from this chest, it would do that. Actually, it won't do that. It won't do anything. It won't. This is only meant for the end, right? So the problem then is this will actually work right here. If I were to put the transfer over here and say just keep a single item of these in here, right? What it will do is if I put that all the way in the end and bring this over here and put that in here, it'll only put one in here, but this internal inventory of the transfer node gets filled up. So the transfer nodes are not the answer. They do not do what we want them to do. So then I thought about the item laser relays from, so we use the let's do laser. We use lasers to do power in our cow farm, right? So you put items here and you put one laser there, and then you connect the two, and they will transfer items. Let's see. How do I tell you? Hold a compass to modify. I think we have to set this in as input and one to output, but there's the only way to give it a filter is to make it an advanced. but you can't change the number on here, so this is not the answer. So what I came up with was something entirely different. So let's put the lasers back. Now there is an item from Refined Storage that's pretty cool, and what it does is as long as you have an export item defined here, it will keep that item in this slot. So we can use that as a way of collecting these items from the system very easily. Okay, and to put them into the slot over here, what we need to do is we need to download a mod and install called Translocators. So if you need help doing this, let me know. I'm happy to help you. The mod is really simple. It comes with 3 items, and those items are pretty cheap to make if you think about it, especially at this stage of the game for us. And as complicated as this request is that we're doing, it's actually surprising to me that these other mods can't handle it. This one with 3 items can. Okay, so the translocators actually have to be in the same block with each other. If you move this over another block, they won't work. So the translocators have to be within the same block with one another. And how they work is, let's just take this off for a second. I'll put another chest down here. And we'll just kind of explain to you how these items work. So let's put some cranberries in here. And as they sit now, they're set in export mode, both of these. To change them, you simply right-click with an empty hand on the middle, and it pushes the block in, and then it will transfer everything over into the other chest. Okay, so stick anything in here, and it will just move them all fairly quickly. Now, there's several upgrades that you can do. There's a redstone, which makes them turn on and off with redstone. There's the glowstone that will transfer specific amounts at a time. So if I wanted this to transfer 16 onions at a time, stick these in here and it would move over them rather quickly. Shift right click with an open hand to get that glowstone back. Now the cool part, and the reason why I downloaded this mod, was this part here, the diamond nugget, and that's simply made by putting 1 diamond in a crafting inventory and getting 9 nuggets out. You right click that on there and then it turns the middle part into a diamond looking thing. Now when you click on this, this limits how much goes in here. It's in regulate mode. Tells you that right here in the top left hand corner of how many items can go in there. So I stick my onions in here and it only moves 16 into this chest. Well, there's our solution. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up these interfaces to output specific items, and we're going to put those items into our kitchen counter here. So let's set this interface here. Let's throw down some cables so that it can talk to our system. I already set this up ahead of time. And I'm going to show you how to use this interface, okay? So I'm going to break this so it doesn't actually do anything just yet. Now if I just come up here and on a left click, that's actually going to be the number that it keeps here. We don't want that to happen. We can come in here and we can drop this down to 1 if we want. It's also just as easy to just put 1 in here. Now if you put anything in the import spot, what's going to happen is that item is actually going to be put into the system. So this is actually a pretty cool block that we can dump items into instead of like if we want to pull items into our system, we could use the importer like we've got here, or we could have those items being dumped into like a hopper or something, and that hopper would feed into here. Same thing. So if we have any kind of items that are flowing in, this works just like the import bus. This works similar to the export bus in that this gives us an interface that we can operate with in between mods to work on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these translocators up. I'm going to set this one to set the wrong direction on purpose, and I'm going to set this one the direction that I want it to be. And if you break it with the diamond on it, you lose your nugget, just so you know, just a heads up, like I did. Just grab another nugget. For me, not that big of a deal. Okay. Right click on there, and now I'm going to say we've already established radish here. I'm going to pick up one of these radishes, and I'm going to right click on the outer square, so not on the middle, but on the outer side, and I'm going to put my radish in there. And it's just one. If you left click, it goes up by 1. If you right click, it goes down by 1. If you shift left click, it goes up by 16. Shift right click goes down by 16. So we're going to go up to 32, and I'm going to turn this on just by simply changing the direction. Now it's put 32 radish in there. So as I'm setting this up, I'm just going to put in a specific amount. Let's do radish or onions. Let's do broccoli, lettuce. What else do I have? Lots of cranberry. I just want 32. I don't want a whole stack for some reason. I've changed my mind on that. I don't know why. It just takes too long, I guess. I don't know. So 32, and let's do this one too. Okay. So I'll come into the interface. I've got the onion already configured. We're going to put broccoli in here, just like that. And this I just want to be 1, because I want us to pull out 1 at a time, not like 32 at a time, just in case there's an excess amount in there, and I don't know how that would handle it. So I'm just doing 1 at a time. And this does not import very quickly, as you can tell. Okay, so we've got all of our items defined here that we're going to keep out. These are actual items. These are not actual items right here on this row. These are just icons. So I could grab this and pull one out, and it would remove one from our inventory. These are also not actual items. So let's bump this up to 32. There we go. Now when I hit this button here, it will start translocating all of those items, and it will only keep 32 of those items in there. Now the downside of this is that we need to have one interface and two translocators for each counter, and each counter will only hold 1 row of stuff, because I mean we can come in here and put other things in here if we want, but that first row is dedicated to this. This interface cannot handle more than 1, and we don't really have a way. I could put another interface here if I wanted to, but then we need a second translocator because this is all full. So we're basically just going to relegate ourselves to only using the top row here of stuff. Alright, so let's do the next one. Let's grab some more translocators and another diamond nugget. I think translocators are pretty cool. I have rarely used them in the past. I'm only using them now as a last resort of sorts between our system here. So okay, we should have 9 more items here. We do. Okay, so let's attach this, and we'll put all these in here. Designate all of these, and then let's go up to 32. Okay, that should work. And then in here, oh, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know what I did. Just want 1. Now these, unfortunately, are not going back into our chests, because I'm sure our chests are full by now. So then as soon as I turn this translocator on, it will send everything up in here, and I'll only keep 32 of each of these items stored in here. Well, that's exactly what we wanted, right? So let's put our floor back on. Let's see. Let's put some dirt back in. Let's grab dark oak planks. We'll put all these back because we don't need those anymore. And we can kind of cover up this area because this is done. Let's go grab, yeah, this will be done. So I don't think I want anything to go in the fridge. So that'll be done. We'll use this cabinet here, and this counter, and this counter. So let's move all this stuff down. We could probably, if we wanted to, use the fridge for crafted items, and then as long as we're not using the top row of any of these, we should be okay. So let's see, three more. All right, so this is basically an entire side. So if we come over here to our greenhouse, I poked a hole in the floor like a little bit ago and went and grabbed everything, one of everything over there. So let's grab one of everything. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? What is all of that? I have no idea what I'm looking at. Why are all of those items going in there? That's the oddest thing I've ever seen. Did I put those items in there somehow? Like a while ago? I don't even know. Oh, you might have noticed also that this is glowing. Yeah, you can enchant this to be unbreaking, and you'll see that it's unbreaking 3, which means every time I use it, it uses less power, which is awesome. Now let's put this back. I just want one. Let's grab... Yeah, what is going on here? I must have dumped all of this stuff and not even paid attention. Did I just stick it in there for some reason? What's going on? I'm keeping that for now because I'm expecting all of these to be full of junk. Okay. Something is going on here. Is this connected to another system? Because these are... Oh. These external storages should be set to extract only. That's what's going on. There's room in these external storages, and when I put items back into... okay, well, we'll fix that, because that's a design flaw that I did not foresee. We want this to store in our... we want only strawberries to be in this chest, not anything else. Yeah, I'll bet all of these are going to have something weird. Oh, do I not have this set up? I do not have that set up. Oh my goodness. Oh dear. Well, now we are learning on camera. Fun times. I don't even have all of this set up correctly. Not at all. Okay. I didn't have that problem on the other side because I didn't have these set to be extract only. I don't want the system putting anything in here. At all, ever. But it has been because there's room in here. Right? So this should be extract only. Nothing in there yet. Good. All right. Oh. That means this chest is full? Yeah. I see. Hey, look at all that good stuff. We're going to put that back into just our 64K storage because that's what it's for. All right. I don't think I can get over there. No. We'll just go around. We'll set all of these to extract only. It's interesting that it shows specific chests to stick these in. And I'm wondering why these aren't as full. Yeah, this has got a bunch of stuff in it. Like some of these are super full, like they're working really well. Others are not as much. Like this one was completely full. But these two in the front were not. You know what I mean? Like I had to pull it out of here. I wonder why these aren't working as well. Maybe they're just slow growing crops. Like this one's empty. No, this one's full. Okay. Sponges, I like seeing that. That's from our sponge cows. That should be extract only. Did I get the thing out of here? I did. Those grow very slowly, the ogress. Rutabaga. And this is full of stuff too. Goodness. I'm probably just sticking all the stuff I'm pulling out right now back into some other, and someone that I'm walking up to, like one of these other external inventories. The last 3. Oh man. Yeah. I want to make sure I don't stick the wrong stuff back in. So one of you, please. Thank you. Cabbage. And I set you to extract, right? Yep. Okay. You're set to extract. Let's set you to extract just in case you're not. Oh, you are full. Okay. Nope. Shoot. I didn't want to do that. What was that? A rhubarb. I should be able to pull that one out. Nope. It's not going to matter. Because it's detecting them here too. Alright. Let's get all this junk sorted back. Grab one of these. Brussels sprout. And head back to our system. Okay, now the 2 more spots where we're going to be using for this. So it looks like we may end up using only 4 slots. Maybe as many as 6 cabinets. That's good though. That's all we have. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we added one more cabinet over here if we wanted to, that'd be fine. Now the annoying part is we can see down in there, and I do have an idea to fix that later. It's going to be with chisel and bits. Let's put this back in and grab the translocators. Let's make 4 more of these. 2 more interfaces. Got that. And then the 2 more diamond nuggets. Cool. And let's put that back. Okay, we're going to put the interface there and an interface there. We'll put the translocator here. Empty hand. No, you stop it. I don't know that I caught that fast enough. Oh well. No big deal. Okay, so we're going to put a diamond nugget on there and a diamond nugget on there. And we're going to put each of these, I wonder if I can shift click. Nope. Put each of these items in here. Just shift clicking twice, right clicking once. Puts all of those at 32. Set this all up. By now you're really probably chomping at the bit to get this done yourself. which is great, which means I have done my job. Hey, let go. Okay, now for this translocator, we're going to put this in there. Just put these items right-clicking here, left-clicking there. Just want one of you. Right-click, left-click. And then, as soon as that's set, I can right-click there, and it will start putting those items in here. The items that I have available, right? We have just one rice, etc., etc. So the items that we don't have a lot of in the chest, actually in the chests in our external storage over there, are these ones that are low. So that is cool. I'm glad we got this to work. I had a whole nother video recorded and I wasn't happy with it because it wasn't exactly, it was with XNet and it was really complicated and it didn't actually do what we wanted it to do anyway. This does what we want it to do and in a very, very nice, clean way. So again, only one asparagus in our system, only one water chestnut in our system. So yeah, there we go. Let's patch the rest of this up. Dark wood. That got laggy all of a sudden. I hope it's not because of the translocators. All right, there we go. So now anytime we want to use one of these, it will keep it full just like we want it to. Awesome. All right, well guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I really enjoyed making this one. Again, if you need help with the translocators, let me know. I can help set that up. And as usual, if you have any questions, post them in the comments. I do look at those every day when I upload a new video. Whether I may respond to them or not. Most of the time, the guy that puts a comment on there, I end up talking to on the phone anyway. So get his questions answered. And if anybody else has any questions, though, please leave them in the comments. I'm happy to answer them for you. Until next time, you guys have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.